to have to be me. أَلَّا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. No carrier of any burden will carry the burden of anyone else. Wizr, by the way, in Arabic is a heavy load. You and I have been made capable by Allah of carrying heavy loads. Yes, you and I have many responsibilities. Yes, you and I have a lot of pressure on us. There's family pressure, there's financial pressure, there's emotional pressure, there are all kinds of pressures on you. There's all kinds of forces pulling at you. And they can pull you in any number of directions. And you and I will fail often. We will make mistakes. That's going to happen. But at the end of the day, there are two kinds of people. وَلَوْ أَلْقَى مَعَاذِيرَ, right? وَلِلْأَنسان عَلَى نَفْسِهِ بَصِيرَةٌ وَلَوْ أَلْقَى مَعَاذِيرَ. Human beings have a pretty good view of themselves, even if they make excuses. Like you and I can hide behind excuses and say, well, yeah, I know it's messed up, but I mean, I can't help myself. But at least I'm good in this, this, and this. No, no, no. Nobody will carry your burden. No, these small good deeds that you do are not necessarily going to compensate for the other bad deeds that you do. You're going to have to work on those bad deeds. Those small good deeds, you're going to have to try to make them a little bit bigger and keep working on them. See, we recognize our potential. And Allah knows that. Allah knows that you are capable and I'm capable of much better. We are not being asked to be perfect. But we are being asked to push, to try. That's what we're being asked to do. And you know, just like in a race, some of you can run a lot faster than others. Some of you, maximum you can run is half the speed of the person next to you. That's the best you can do. Allah is not going to see who came number one. Allah is going to see who used their maximum effort. I want you to remember this example. It could be the case that somebody wins a race, but they put no effort in it. It was easy for them. It was extremely easy for them. They beat everybody else. That Allah, you know, in the case of good deeds, Allah is not interested that you beat others, that you gave more charity than others, that you did more than others did. He's not interested. He's interested in seeing what were you capable of, what potential did you have, and did you exhaust your potential or not? And that's a question that's different from one person to the next, and this is why Allah says, your burden, nobody else can carry. أَلَّا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. Because all of us are capable of carrying different burdens. We don't have the same capacity. Every individual has to actually ask themselves. Understand what this means. It actually means you don't get to say, well, at least I'm not as bad as that guy. Well, what do you expect me to be good like that person? I can't be that. Allah is not asking you to compare. Allah is asking you to look inside yourself. Take a good look at yourself. I take a good look at myself and say, am I actually doing the very best that I can? Could I be improving? Or am I comfortable doing that little bit and then I slow down, أَعْتَى قَلِيلًا فَأَكْدَى وَأَكْدَى. Is that my case? So when he says, أَلَّا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى وَأَن لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. Such profound words. Human being will have nothing benefiting them. At the end of the day, when we come before Allah, we have no possessions. You know that, right? We will come before Allah with no possessions. Nothing to our name. No property will be left. No money will be left. No family ties will be left. All of it will be gone. What is it that we will actually own on Judgment Day? This is the ayah that describes, here's the only asset that you and I will have on Judgment Day. وَأَن لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. A human being will have nothing in his possession other than the efforts he made. Other than the efforts we made. Allah didn't even say other than the good deeds, other than the perfect prayers. He's not even highlighting the act itself. He's highlighting the sa'i, the effort itself. The trying, the struggle, the sweating over something. That pushing yourself and that pushing myself, that's all that is valuable to Allah. It's the only thing that's valuable to Allah. وَأَن لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. And then it's that, you know, nobody can see that. That's the other remarkable thing. You know, if you put in, like, you know, I'm in teaching and I used to teach kids some time ago. And even when I teach adults, I feel like I'm teaching kids sometimes. But you know, when you're teaching children and a child does a sloppy job at homework, really sloppy job, and you know this kid can do a lot better. And you ask him, what did you do here? And the child says, I did my best, okay? I did my best. Well, I as a teacher know that's not your best. I've seen your best and that's not it. You could do a lot better, right? But if I didn't know this student, and he said I did my best, it was my first day me meeting this kid, and he's got terrible handwriting. I have never seen his wonderful handwriting when he's in a better mood. And I look at him and he says he did his best. I'm going to believe him. I don't know any better. I think this is the best he can actually do. I'll give him benefit of the doubt. On Judgment Day, it's not just the quantity of our deeds. It's actually the effort, which is quality. Nobody will know if you did your best. An employee can tell the employer, hey boss, I'm doing my best. How's the employer supposed to know that's his best? There's no way to know. Only you can know if you're doing your best or not, right? But on Judgment Day, that invisible thing, whether or not you did your best, becomes visible. وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى. And that his effort soon, it itself will become visible. The effort will become visible. You see, right now our actions are visible. Our effort is not visible. Somebody donated $1 million, somebody donated $100,000. Seems like a big amount, but maybe they make 100 million, it's not an effort for them. Somebody donated 50 cents, but the only thing they had in their pocket was 75 cents. That's all they had. That's a huge effort for them. But we won't know that. Allah knows that. And on Judgment Day, it is the quality of our deeds that will become visible. Allah is therefore highlighting what is our deen asking from us. It's asking a really serious conscious question to ourselves. What level of effort am I willing to make? What kind of uncomfortable position am I willing to put myself in?